Welcome back, everyone. Pedro here with another live stream. It's Friday, August 23rd. Another beautiful, beautiful day in the markets. So just wanted to kind of welcome everyone. If you're watching the replay, welcome to the family. If you're new to the family, make yourself at home. We do live streams every single day, Monday through Friday. Just like I said, I wanted to welcome you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask or even comment it on the video below. Even if you're watching the replay, I do read the comments. But yeah, just wanted to kind of take a look at the markets, kind of see what opportunity we can see for gold this morning. It is Friday. You know, sometimes if there's opportunities, great. If not, you know, I just try to kind of just hang out for a bit and see what happens. But yeah, just wanted to welcome you guys. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are awesome. Our family is growing. We're at 7,500 subscribers. So it's just crazy to me how quick and how much we've grown. So it's just, yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you guys that are just joining us this morning. Let me know in the comments below, what pair are you guys looking at this morning? We're gonna wait for a couple more members to join in as well, so just bear with me here. All right, we're gonna go live quickly on Instagram as well. We got Majid watching from Nigeria. Welcome, my man. We've got about 6 members live with us right now. Let's get it to let's get it to 10 likes, chat. As we get more people, let's set a target to 10 likes. I'm gonna go live on our Instagram. But yeah, as soon as we get to 10 likes, we're gonna start getting doing a breakdown on what I see, and then we'll kind of go from there. You got it, Chica. Like on entry. You guys know what's good. All right, so we're just waiting for a couple members to join in, and then we will get started. Okay, take a look at gold. This was a beautiful VIP trade that we took yesterday. Ended up going in our favor exactly as expected. Yeah, just really love it. I'm going to just welcome everyone as people are coming in. Okay, so let's start because I don't want to waste more time. So we're just going to start right away. We've got 14 members live with us here on our live stream. Welcome, guys. I'm excited to have you all here. Remember, as soon as you come in, give it a thumbs up, guys. We've got 14 members. Let's get it to 14 likes, chat. The more likes, the more support I get, the more I'm going to create more and more content, guys, for you guys, okay? Really do appreciate you all. We got Yassine, I'm here. Okay. Okay, nice, buddy. Nice. Welcome, my man. So I don't know if many of you guys remember, but I told you guys that we took this beautiful gold sells with my VIP members yesterday. I'm just going to show you here. As you can see, price actually ended up going well over like almost 300 pips, which is insane. So we closed off at 100 pips, which was our final TP of take profit 3. Yeah, like, I mean, price ended up tanking all the way down, which was amazing. But yeah, again, this was shared on our VIP. And yeah, like, honestly, like, I really try to focus on quality setups, guys, and that's really what I teach, and that's really what I preach as well too, right? You want to focus on quality setups, right? So what are we looking at now? So let's kind of move out to the other gold chart and let's take a look and see what we're anticipating. So I'm just going to actually, let me just see what I had here. Look at that. So I was anticipating the sell here anyways too as well in this one because you're arranging, and then I said, okay, we got a break. Maybe if we reject here, perfect. We're gonna start everything fresh. Okay, we're gonna start on the 4-hour time frame here, and we're gonna take a look and see what the market's telling us. Actually, let's go up to the daily. So if we look at the daily time frame here, there's a few things that I'm really noticing right now. We are bullish overall on the daily time frame. We can notice, and by the way, for those that are following me on Instagram, you guys can go watch my live screen right now on my YouTube channel. Okay, so I'm live right now on my YouTube channel. Let's go, Kunis. We got my sister-in-law there. Let's go. We've got A10. Let's go. Welcome. Shabam. We've got Cal. Welcome everyone as more and more people just join in. And if you guys want to see my exact charts, again, like I said, you can literally join me on my YouTube channel and you'll be able to see everything there, okay? So on the daily time frame, I actually see a nice, beautiful daily order block, okay? Now, why is this important? Well, we're actually getting a rejection from this daily order block, but I'm not just taking it based off of this, or my bias isn't just off of that. But it plays a huge factor. Not only that, are we creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, right? And this is a potential higher low. We won't know until it actually breaks these highs. But this indicates to me that there is a lot of bullish pressure, okay? We are creating those higher highs, we are creating those higher lows. So that's what we're basically looking at. We got our Millis. Thanks, Pedro, just joined VIP. Awesome, my man. Welcome to the VIP family. Like I said, if you guys are interested, take advantage of our current promotion that we have right now. Like I said, there are limited spots at this current price, so just take advantage of it. It's only to benefit you guys at the end of the day. So okay, so now I want to take a look at my levels here. What are we looking at overall? Could we see a nice clean continuation up? Are we going to pull back? Right? So right now, what I could see right off the bat for me, that is an area that interests me. Obviously, this is a major area right here where we saw that nice rejection all the way down. Market took that sell side liquidity over here. And right now we're coming into an important area, which is the only thing that's keeping me a little bit concerned for buys, because we could get another retracement before we actually do the bigger move to the upside, right? So we have to kind of be aware of these things instead of just jumping in just for the heck of it, right? We want to be aware of these things just so that nothing happens, right, in that case. One of the things I do want to mention is we want to mark off our key levels, right? So I've got this level here, I've got that level right here, and there is another level right over here, which is most likely going to go in confluence with the 1 hour. That is pretty much it. I don't really want to focus on much else other than these areas that I have marked off. That's too, like, you know, that's more than enough. I don't want to mark off too much. I just want to mark off areas that are relevant to me. Excuse me. Now, we can see that we had a nice 1 hour closure. That is pretty strong. Gives me a lot of confidence. It is slightly above this area zone. However, we are still within this order block here, okay? Order block high is up here. So we are still within this order block. So we do have to trade with a lot of caution, especially in the current zone area that we're at. So that's the only thing right now as of Friday that's kind of holding me back, because I really want to focus on quality setups. As you guys know, that's really what we focus on here, right? We want to focus on quality setups only, okay? Now, if we actually go over and mark off our levels, you can see that we have everything kind of lined up nicely. You know, this kind of aligns with not only the 4 hour here, but these are also 1 hour levels of structure that have been respected in the past. Now I want to go back down to the 30-minute. And what am I looking at here? So there's a few things. First and foremost, I want to wait till after 8:30 manipulation. Why? Because after 8:30, we have a range of about 70, almost 70 pips here. And then I have another range down here, which is about, it could be about almost a 60 pip, and it could be potentially almost a 90 pip move. Okay. However, we are bullish in the short term. Okay. We are still creating higher highs and higher lows. We actually recovered from this massive push to the downside. We're already kind of back up here. Okay. So there's two scenarios here. The market could be grabbing some liquidity of this high here. Okay. We can see the market has knocked out buy side liquidity. And if we were to get a closure, a deeper closure below here and retest it again, this is where I want to be entering, chat, for sells. Okay. So this is why it's important to not get in desperately and start looking at the 5-minute here and saying, well, it looks like we've got a nice break to the upside, so I'm looking for buys now because market's gonna come back into this order block and whatever. Yeah, I mean, it could, right? Like, it very well could. However, as a trader, I have to be very, very cautious, because at this point, you know, we do have that nice break of structure to the upside. However, at this point, I need to be careful, because we're also at a, you know, major area of structure that if we actually go on the 1 hour or the 4 hour, we're pretty much at a major order block, right, to the downside. So we have to be very, very cautious. I mean, before the market were to continue to go higher anyways, it needs to grab deeper liquidity before it makes its continuous move to the upside. So these are things that as traders we need to be aware of. Okay, so that's where a lot of traders go wrong, is that they just jump into it because they, you know what I mean, like they see a break of structure and then they're waiting for an imbalance to get filled, and then all of a sudden there's an order block on the 5, and then they just get into it and then it hits their stop loss. Why? Because you weren't going with the flow of the market. You weren't going with the trend of the market, where the trend is truly going, or where it wants to go, right? Something to keep in mind. Are you guys understanding that explanation so far on gold? I just want to make sure that you guys understand how clean I'm explaining this here, right? We have a range high, we have a range low, right? There's a couple scenarios that could pan out here, but I really want to be very, very cautious, especially on a Friday, especially with manipulation, especially when we have news at 10 a.m. We have US news at 10 a.m. We have Powell speaking as well. So it's like, right now the markets could just completely be ranging until he speaks, right? So we have to be very, very cautious about that. But yeah, do you guys have excuse me, do you guys have any questions for me in the meantime, right now that we're live? Any questions for me, guys? Taking notes on paper now. Okay, perfect. And ideally, I always like to wait for 8:30 open. So I want to wait till after 8:30 so that the market does its manipulation, does everything it has to do, and then we enter afterwards, right? So just kind of keep that in mind. All right, guys, now that we're live, take advantage that we're live right now, guys, to ask any questions you have, any doubts you have. Right now would be the right time. So yeah, like I said, overall, my overall bias on the higher time frame is sell, well, buys. However, it could be short-term sell because we are at this major area of structure. We're at a major order block here. So personally, I think that on the higher time frame, yes, could it continue? It could continue going higher. However, I think that we could get a little bit more deeper liquidity before it ends up actually pushing to the upside, right? And continuing its overall trend, right? Could it continue to go straight? Absolutely, possibly. There's definitely a possibility of that. However, we also have to be very realistic as to where we are right now, right? Like, we're at a point where technically yesterday we dropped all the way down over, I don't know, 300 pips, right? Almost 300 pips. Okay, so now we've essentially recovered 300 pips, right, to the upside. So do you see the market going up another 50, 60 pips? Possibly, but highly unlikely. After doing a push like this, most likely I might see gold actually give me some sort of a retracement to grab some more fuel before it actually ends up going higher, right? So I don't know. That's usually kind of how I like to approach the market, and I find that it works very, very well. But yeah. Chica, scalping between 5 and 1 minute time frame, and sometimes I even ignore the top-down analysis because I've done it in the previous day. Okay, so listen. So when it comes to that, like, it's always best to do it the day of and an hour before, right? Because if you do it that way, you at least have the most recent price action information. You have the most recent data, right? You want to be looking at the most recent data because a lot can change with, like, you know, a couple 4-hour candles, right? You never know, right? So I recommend that you look into always kind of doing that even an hour before, let's say you wake up to look at the markets, you know what I mean? That type of thing. That's my best advice. But keep doing what you're doing, Chica. You're doing great, and you'll definitely get to your goals. I know that you've been in my VIP for a while, like. You've been a VIP member for quite some time, and then also, like, you've been following me for a while on YouTube as well, so you're doing great. We got Yesem. As a new trader, which pair should I trade? My strategy is liquidity imbalance, fair value gap, which time is perfect, like which session. So that is a good question, my man. So to be completely honest, I think personally, I mean, when you're first starting out, you can start with like slower pairs and stuff like that, pairs that are a little bit more predictable, I guess you could say, not as volatile as gold and, like, you know, futures and stuff like that. You can really kind of focus maybe more on like something like, I don't know, like CAD-JPY or, you know, EURUSD, or, like, you know what I mean? Pairs that aren't really correlated with the US dollar, right? I mean, EURUSD is, but, like, let's say, for example, CAD-JPY or AUD-JPY, you know what I mean? So, or odd, yeah, AUD-JPY, CAD-JPY. Focus on pairs that aren't really correlated with the US dollar to start off. That way, you won't have that much volatility, and, you know, like, especially when you're starting out, you know, those are usually pairs that you want to focus on. Tip number 2, focus on only, I would say, maximum 2 to 3 pairs, 3 pairs max. I've really focused on just focusing on gold this year. Like I told my VIP members, and I told a lot of other people on the live, I said, hey, you know what, like, I used to trade all over. I used to trade all different pairs, and a lot of trades would go in my favor and stuff, which was great because the strategy works. However, I felt very, very lost because there was moments where I would have a winning trade, or I miss a winning trade because I was focusing on another setup, another pair. It's just like, it was very all over the place, right? And so, like, it was like really, I don't know, I just didn't really like it. And then I said, okay, for 2024, I'm going to only focus on gold and master gold. And then I started expanding on US 30 and NASDAQ. So now I focus on futures and commodities like, like gold. Metals, sorry. So yeah, that's really what I've done. And I think it's kind of like the best thing I've ever done, because now that I just focus on mainly gold, like I said, and US 30 and stuff like that, not only is it hard for some people look at it as nearly so impossible to trade gold, but they look at it as like, holy crap, if you can master or understand how gold tends to move. Again, we can't predict the next move because we're not genies, right? But we can have a certain edge on the market, and we can start to understand how gold tends to manipulate, how gold tends to move, right? And so now that I've really focused and mastered gold, you know, and I've really focused on perfecting my edge on gold, I can kind of understand, okay, you know what, gold tends to typically manipulate around 8:30, and then typically around like 9:30, I start to see moves anywhere between 9 and 10 a.m., right? So it's like, these are things that with experience and with time, you start getting more familiar with the pairs and instruments that you trade with, and the better you become as a trader. And I'm telling you, I've gotten a lot better. Even like last year, we did great. Even with our VIP, we did amazing. However, now that I've really just hunkered down and focused on gold, I think my win rate is gone insane. Like, just because like I've really just focused on quality setups and just focusing on like finding those exact moves on gold and just understanding how gold tends to move, right? So we got Brian Davis, we've got Ola, good morning, buenos dias, Caro, bonjour, good morning, my man, good morning. Chica, advice appreciated, no worries. And when it comes to session, I really would focus on New York session personally. Again, right? London is great too, right? But London moves a little bit differently, right? From New York session. So just that would be my kind of tip. Okay, so like I said, if we actually happen to, so we have, if we have here, you can see there's an imbalance here. If we have a closure below this imbalance here, what I would like to see is the market actually give me a retest of this imbalance right over here, and then we should see a breakdown. That's my theory here for gold today. Okay, we got a closure below. Excuse me. I could definitely see gold coming back in. Just wait for it to retest, and we could be looking for sells. Okay, that is what I want to see. I wanted to see strong though. I want to see a strong, which you're already seeing it right now. I want to see a strong push to the downside, and then we should be good to go. All right, I'm going to start reading the comments here. And by the way, welcome to all of our newest members. If you're new to the family, welcome. Make yourself at home. Make sure you're subscribed as well so you never miss out on any single piece of content. We've got, I'm getting mad. All my friends profitable and me, I'm not getting it. My man, giving up won't make you a profitable trader. Unfortunately, I know how frustrating it can be. I know the struggle. Trust me, man, more than anyone. I know how you feel. However, you cannot give up, man. Giving up is not an option. Even if you've blown 20, 100 accounts, doesn't matter. Giving up should never be an option. We got Dritin. We got 61 pips on gold. Nice, my man. How long have you been trading and how long did it take to become profitable? So I've been trading personally a little bit on and off for about 6 years. But I really started to take trading seriously when I started focusing on my YouTube channel, which was about 2 years ago. So that's really when I started to notice a massive difference. I started to become profitable, and that's really when things started to change for me. We got next up trades. Good morning. Let's get it, my man. Let's go. Yeah, thanks. If so, if I want to master EURUSD, should I have to do? Study, my man. That's all I would say. Is just like look at the charts, right? Every day, like come onto the charts, study every day, back test every day. You know what I mean? Like that's really my best advice. Like, you know what I mean? What helped me was mentorship. I invested in my knowledge. I invested in myself. It didn't just happen overnight. The problem is I think I could have become a profitable trader much sooner if I would have just reached out, had a mentor, right, sooner, and then I would have just focused on studying and having that guidance step by step, right? Because I decided to go the longer route and figure this stuff on my own, right? I decided, hey, you know what, I'm going to just buy these courses and then I'll have to, you know, figure out what I'm gonna do, right? Like until I figure this stuff out, right? And that's the thing, right? Like I went through trial and error, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just if I were to look back and be like, well, it was much easier when I actually had like, you know, like Zoom calls and I was like, you know, working with my mentor and actually like, you know, asking the questions I had, because when I would watch courses, when I would do like studying on my own, I had so many questions and I felt so lost. So my best advice is like join a community. Number one, that's important. Number two, because you can have community and accountability. Number two, get yourself a mentor. Get yourself someone that's going to guide you and keep you accountable. Someone that's going to help you get to, someone that has what you have and is going to help you get there, right? Basically, that's my best advice. Courses are great. However, you're going to have a lot of questions, right? You're going to feel lost at moments, at times, right? So having a community is important. Being a part of a community is important. Having the right guidance and mentorship is important. and then really just back testing and practicing as well too. You can have all the mentorship, you can have all the guidance, but if you don't practice what you learn, then it's also pointless as well. So it kind of has to go everything confluence, like all of it together. You can't just like, you know what I mean, do one or the other, right? So like you can get all the mentorship you want, you can get all the courses you want, but at the end of the day, if you don't put in the practice, if you don't put what you're learning into practice, then it's kind of pointless as well too, right? So you have to also get a taste of the market and see what the market wants to do, right? And how the market moves, right? So again, like I said, there's two scenarios here. Scenario number one, market goes down. I would like to see a push here. If we see this candle close above, then it might be pushing up. Wait for a retest of this area, then we can look for buys. There's two scenarios here. We have to wait and see how 830 is going to react. Once we get more volume, we should start getting some more volume kick in here. But yeah, let's see what happens here, guys. Having a mentor is key. Yes. Next up, yes, 100%. Goal, great, real facts. Thank you, my man. During your trading, how much did you lose, and after how many years of loss you start to become profitable? So, to be honest with you, I think out of the 6 years, like I said, I went the longer route. So I went through a lot of struggle. I really went through a lot of struggle. So it was, so I would say it was would be about almost 3.5 years, 3.5 years of just straight losing. And like, again, it doesn't mean that that's how long it's going to take for everyone else. However, it's just, I went through the trial and error. I went through the on and off, right? Like I was like trying it. I would go hard for 6 months and then stop for another 2-3 months. And then I'd go back into it. So I never really committed myself saying, I need to figure this stuff out in less than 6 months through hell or high water. I got to figure this out, right? So it was just up until like recently, like I said, about 2 years ago, when I really started saying, okay, you know what, this is it. I'm stopping here. I'm going to start taking this very, very seriously now, because this could change my life, right? This could definitely help, you know, not only be a huge blessing, but it could definitely change our situation, right? So that's really where I started to kind of focus on that. During your trade, how much did I lose? I lost thousands, man. Lost thousands. And that's with everything. When you're first starting out, you're gonna lose thousands. However, that can be avoided. And that's what I always say. I started noticing a difference when I started to invest in my knowledge. Once I started investing in my knowledge, things started to completely shift. Completely. So yeah, that's my best tip there. Invest in yourself, invest in your knowledge. That's what's gonna pay. Next up, trades. That's when you ask, hey, will you mentor me? Just saying yes. That's funny, bro. Krish, bro, show your trade. I mean, there's no trade at the moment, my man, but I could show you what I'm looking at, or the trade that we took yesterday. So we took a gold win with our VIP members yesterday. So if we look over here, let me just go back up to the 15 here. So this was a gold win. I sent this out to my VIP members yesterday. It ended up falling like over 300 pips in our favor. And again, this was just my analysis from yesterday. And again, this is, yeah, this is the trade from yesterday. So I'm not in a trade at the moment. I'm just chilling, I'm waiting. It's Friday. I don't want to be rushing into maybe a setup that doesn't make sense. So yeah, if you guys want to join VIP, guys, you guys could click the link in my video description or click the link in my bio on my Instagram. You guys will see the memberships on there. Take advantage of the current promos that we've got going on right now. It's about 50% off for lifetime, and there's also like 35% off the 30 days access. So yeah, guys, I look forward to seeing you guys on the other side. And again, it's not just about, you know, signals or falling. It's also like being able to learn, right? Understanding why I'm looking to enter a certain setup, right? Why am I looking for sells? Why am I looking for buys? Why did I enter now? Or like, hey guys, you know, this is what I'm thinking we should do. Hey, you know what? We should move our stop loss to entry. Okay, understanding my risk management, understanding how I look at the markets is crucial, because when you're starting out, you need to understand my thought process. You need to understand, why is he looking at the markets this way? Why does he think it's going to go up, right? And you start looking at it, you're like, oh, okay, he was looking at oh, okay, that's a major area of structure, right? And you start understanding it, and the more and more you look at it, the more and more you get better and better and better. We got Nassar, so far have lost 70,000 USD in 6 months, but still struggling as I'm in the industry for 8 years. Don't know what's happening in the mind. My man, you need to, I'm telling you, this is the problem with a lot of traders, is that they try to figure this stuff on their own and they go through trial and error. I want you guys to avoid the mistakes I went through. I'm telling you, I didn't lose that much. I lost probably around, I'd say about 15 to 20,000. You know, within the span of the 6 years that I've been trading, right? However, this was years ago. However, like 70,000 is a lot. That's a lot of money. There's something that needs to be corrected. Something needs to be tweaked. Something needs to be changed. And my best advice in your scenario, my man, is literally out of that 70,000. Can you imagine if you would have just invested, maybe just like hypothetically, $4,000, $3,000 in a proper mentor? Someone that actually has experience, someone that has what you have, or has what you want, like that could have been well better spent, right? But again, you've already gone through this. The most important thing is just moving forward, right? My best advice is get the right mentorship and guidance, right? So if you're interested in that, like I said, I'm going to be opening a boot camp for about 10 spots. I've been doing the one-on-one mentorships. Spots right now are basically, I've only got 1 spot left. However, I've had a lot of you guys reach out, so I was talking with my team, and we were thinking of doing actually a boot camp instead, which is kind of like a live Zoom call sessions every single week, and just go intense, like go and like you know what I mean, like either a 7-day intense course with like either a 30 days or 7 days. We still haven't decided, but really thinking of doing something like a boot camp, so we can have more people join in and more people can ask questions, more people can learn. And so that's something that I am in the works of that as well. But best advice when it comes to that type of losses, and you've lost over 70,000 in trading and you've been doing it for such a long time, you need to invest in the right mentor. Out of that 70,000, you could have invested at least 5K in the right education, the right mentorship. That is my best advice, my man. It's all good. We all go through mistakes, so just keep your head up, keep focused, right? But again, this is where it comes down to, again, getting the right mentorship and the right guidance. Who are you listening to be able to lose 70,000, right? Like that's a lot of freaking money, man. You know what I mean? That's a lot of money that could have been spent differently, right? But keep your head up. You got this. Don't give up. At this point, you're already into it. You've been onto it for quite a few years. Just keep showing up every single day. I do these live streams every single day. They're absolutely free on my YouTube channel. Show up every day. You don't have to, you know what I mean? Just show up every day, practice every day, right? And if you want to join in on my VIP inner circle, great, it's there, it's accessible. Or if you need help and guidance, great, you can reach out. But don't stress out, and just make sure that you just don't make the same mistakes. Stop making the same mistakes and repeating the same mistakes. You have to recognize where you're going wrong. If you do not recognize where you're going wrong, you will continue doing the same mistakes over and over and over and over. You don't want that. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much it for now. If I do see something, I will be sending it to my VIP members later today. I just wanted to kind of do a quick recap of gold and kind of what my outlook is. Like I said, if we get a strong closure below these lows on gold at about 24.97, if we get a strong bearish closure and then a nice clean retest, I'm looking for sells. If we get a closure above these highs here at about 25.02 on gold, then I would say don't enter it right away. Wait for a nice retest confirmation, and then I'd look for longs, okay? Both scenarios, we've got 68 pips to the highs. We've got 97 pips to the lows, okay? So overall, not a bad opportunity. Right now, we're just kind of stuck within this range. And the reason being, I think, is that probably gold's going to wait closer to the 10 a.m. news. So just be patient with the market. And again, it's Friday, guys. Typically, the markets can be a bit unstable on Fridays. So I don't recommend, especially if you don't know what you're doing, not to just get into the markets for the hell of it. Make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you have, or you're following someone that knows what they're doing, okay? I appreciate you guys very much. I will see you guys on Monday. Again, remember, we're live every single day, Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. between 7:30 and 10 and 8 a.m. Sorry. As well as make sure you are subscribed, make sure the little bell icon is active and you click all notifications so you never miss out on any single piece of content. Other than that, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you for being so supportive and always being there for our community and being there for us, guys, okay? And like I said, I appreciate you, and I will see you guys on Monday. And remember, guys, every like, every share that you guys do, not only are you helping the community and helping the channel grow, but you're also helping those that maybe need that word of encouragement. Make sure you guys share the love, and I appreciate you guys.